Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Now, since I started YouTube, I've always believed in shouting people out who have given me an idea or who I'm copying. So shout out to Julian Goldie for this idea. He made this video a couple of days ago. However, I'm doing things slightly differently. He went after a very, very low competition keyword that doesn't really have a lot of searches, although could technically have good return for his agency. However, the way I look at things is it's not useful to people if it's got a very, very small use case. It's much more useful to people if we can get something that will actually help a lot more people actually make money and get traffic. So let's talk about this in this video. Now, what we're going to be doing in this video is we're going to be making a very, very simple, very, very easy calculator. It's going to be a one-page calculator, and it's something that can rank on Google. So you can see here on my screen, we have the ROAScalculator.com. You can actually see it's ranking for ROAS calculator dropshipping, break-even ROAS calculator, break-even ROAS calculator dropshipping, how to calculate break-even ROAS dropshipping, and much, much more. So these are pretty interesting keywords, but if I actually go on the Vercel version of this, for some reason, I don't like that Vercel does this, but the Vercel one is ranking even better. So it's actually ranking for break-even ROAS calculator. Now, it's not a huge issue that it's the Vercel version. It's just obviously most people would prefer that it wasn't. Yeah, it's here, look. Oh, this isn't the Vercel version, it's my actual version, perfect. So you can see here, the ROAScalculator.com, I made this very, very quickly, very, very easily, and it just has these two very, very simple options. So you can put revenue 100 and I spent 50, so my ROAS is times 2 or 200% or whatever it might be. And I'm just going to show you how we can make one of these very quickly and very easily. So we're going to start off with keyword research. We will be putting something like this in Harbor eventually, but for now we're just going to be using Ahrefs. So what I did was I just wrote calculator here, and then you just click on view all. And then you can just kind of scroll through and find something that doesn't have too much of a keyword difficulty, but also has a lot of searches. So you can just keep scrolling through these, try and find one that works. Redundancy calculator might be quite good. You want to be careful of things that are a bit, oh, I'm in the UK, I didn't realize, but it's actually not a bad thing. Buy-to-let mortgage calculator, you want to be careful of things that are financial or a little bit too, like something that it says are very, very low keyword difficulty, but if you actually think about it, they're not going to be low keyword difficulty. That can happen quite a lot. Capital gains tax calculator, that is a very good one. So we're going to grab this, and what you then want to do is you then want to put this keyword back onto Ahrefs, okay? Now we have all of these keywords that we can press the keyword button here and then copy, and then we're going to go over to cursor, and I'm just in a new cursor folder. All I did was file, open folder, make a folder, select the folder, and then we're inside that folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to terminal, new terminal, control K, and say make me a new Next.js project, and then press enter. You need to make sure this dot is here, by the way. That dot is important, and you just want to spam enter like that. And now I'm going to do control shift I, and I'm going to say please make me a detailed one-page website, which is for, and then what is it? Capital gains tax calculator. This calculator should be as in-depth as possible. It should calculate capital gains tax according to the latest figures. And then I'm going to do @web, and then what that's going to do is it's going to check what the latest tax is on capital gains. Please make sure to mention as many of these keywords in places as possible. Places can include meta title, meta description, title, H1, H2s, FAQs, I don't know, data visualizations, and anything else you find relevant. This is for a .co.uk domain, which will be, I don't know, calculate your capital gains tax.co.uk. So I'm not going to be buying a domain today. I'm not going to go through that whole process. I think launching on Vercel is actually the easy part of doing this. So I'm just going to not do that part. Please SEO optimize as much as possible around these keywords, and don't just use Bootstrap. Make the entire calculator much more modern, modular, and beautiful than just a Bootstrap project. And then we'll just paste the keywords here and we'll hit enter. So it's creating a search query here. There we go. It's literally finding the current rate of capital gains tax in 2024, 2025. And then it's just going to go through this entire process, and it's going to probably do it in 5 minutes, which is the ridiculous thing. So it's just searching here. It's just reading through all of these. Okay, so I've never seen it do it like this. This is new. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but this is definitely a new one. Oh, I didn't say it was in the Next.js project. That's why. Fuck. You're inside a new Next.js project, mate. Yeah, so you do need to, you kind of need to tell it that it's inside a Next.js project. Otherwise, it just tries to create something like this. This would not have been correct because I don't think this would have worked inside the context of a Next.js project. So, okay, this is much better. Nice, this is really, really good. So one thing you always want to do is you want to press accept all, and then you just want to say, do this again, but, continue full implementation of the project and continue with full SEO for these keywords here. You want to do that a couple of times just to make sure that it's really, really starting to implement the entire project and not just parts of the project. So yeah, you can see this is much more detailed now, much, much more detailed. So that's the form, perfect. So we'll just let this apply here, and then we'll accept all. To be honest with you, it's probably already done. So we'll do npm install like that. We'll delete this index HTML because we don't need it. What was the other thing it made? It made a CSS file. So now we'll do npm run dev. Probably have a couple of errors. There we go. A couple of errors, that's fine. We're used to that. So we'll just copy this and we'll say fix these errors and continue full implementation. So let's just install these dependencies. So sometimes when it does that error, you can do -- force and it will work. It looks like we have some nice icons here as well, which is really, really cool. That's exactly what I want to see. And then we'll do that as well. And then we'll do that. When I say that, all I mean is I'm just following the instructions from cursor. So now we'll run this, -- force, and then npm run dev. And then if I'm not mistaken, we should, there we go. That's insane. So I have no idea what capital gains tax, how this actually works or anything. So this will be quite interesting. Cryptocurrency, purchase price. Let's say I paid 1,000 and I sold it for 1,000. Sold it for 15,000. Insane. Calculate. Total gain 14,000. Tax due 800. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say, let's go to Google. Capital gains tax calculator UK. So let's just go here. Let's do the exact same thing. So profit from capital gains is 14,000. So it seems like this is actually wrong. So tax due, it says 800 here, but this one, same numbers, it says that. So is this crypto? I'm just going to say to it, Control-Shift-I. When I do £14,000 profit on a different calculator, the amount to pay is 1473. When I do it on your calculator, the amount to pay is 800. Can you make sure your calculations are correct? Also, it looks like a standard Bootstrap project. Please make it modern and cool and modular instead. However, like from here, like there's not really that much to do. This one looks a lot nicer. I like this one. Oh, right. This has got an annual. Oh, no, it's right. That's annoying. So it was actually correct because £14,000 tax due. Yeah, okay. Modern animated results component. Okay, I'm down for that. Okay, we should get something a little bit cooler, a little bit more modern here. You'd probably want to use V0 for this. It's just, I do like to let cursor just do its thing, to be honest with you. Okay, accept all. Okay, npm run dev. Okay, this is looking a bit better. However, now there's no option to write any inputs. Also, I want the inputs to be restricted depending on which type of capital gains the user chooses. Please also continue making the entire site look more modern and modular and animated and cool. Literally, I love talking to AI like that. Okay, this looks good. I'm gonna have to release this now, aren't I? In my head, I'm just like, right, let's release this website. One of the last things I'll do before I release is I'll say just make sure that you've fully mentioned at least all of these at least once, kind of thing. There's a lot of global potential for this. There's a lot, but obviously we're more interested in the UK really for this one. This is a UK capital gains tax calculator, so we'll just press apply all in a second. Accept all, there we go. And we'll go back here, and yep, I was expecting that. So you don't really have to do it as much as I'm doing now. It's just I really, really want something that looks good. Like a lot of people are saying that my websites look trash, which is fair. But yeah, I'm just trying to make something that looks a little bit better here. Okay, there we go. We got something really, really nice now. So we've got property, shares. If you ever lived in this property as your primary residence, okay, nice, nice. And then crypto. So let's say we purchased 1,000 worth of crypto. Now it's worth 15,000. 1, 2, 3, 4. And calculate. Yeah, no, that's not gonna. Oh, okay, you change it to here. So BTC, exchange fees, 100, 100. Calculate. Beautiful. Look at that. So we've now made something that we could launch pretty quickly, pretty easily. I want the drop down to only show the options for the one they've selected. So for example, if they select crypto, the drop down for the only shows crypto. Also, please add a field for their primary other income throughout the calculator. Okay, so this should be the final change that we make before we release. Probably I would run it one more time, just saying make sure that you've mentioned all of these at least once throughout the website. Then we'll run npm run dev. There we go. So, oh, look at that. My God, that is good. Okay, so let's say we select property. We have residential property. There we go. Shares and investments, beautiful. Crypto, business assets. Okay, so let's say we've got cryptocurrency. There should be an option to have nothing here, I guess. So we bought BTC, 100. Where is the option to write? You've removed the inputs for the amount of money they've made from BTC, or the purchase price and the sell price of the asset. Also, please have a checkbox that says no other income instead of making them select one income band. Still, this looks really, really nice. I love how quick and easy this is. Okay, there we go. So, residential property, we purchased it for 100,000. We sold it for 150,000. Do I actually have to put a date? I have no other income. Property address, that one previously lived in, and then we spent 100. We spent 1,000 on. Okay, beautiful. So I'm just going to assume that's correct. I'm not actually going to check. Welcome to the life of an SEO. Okay, so let's say we're happy with this. That's great. Let's start to launch this quickly on Vercel. So we'll go to Vercel, and we'll also go to GitHub. What you want to do is you want to go to repositories. You want to make a new repository. Call it whatever. We'll make this one public because there's nothing here that I care about if people find it. So we'll do git init, and then git commit. Do I need to do git add first? Yep, git add, there we go. First commit, there we go. Git branch main. I'm just literally copying and pasting everything here. but this is probably not going to work immediately. Yeah, no. The reason this isn't working is 403 because I'm logged into Harbor's GitHub. So what I have to do, I don't know if this should even be in the video, but yeah, I have to add myself to this. I have to do this every time because I don't know how to log in with GitHub locally. I'm such an idiot. So I've just literally been adding myself to like a million different projects. The team that we work with on Harbor must just be like, what is going on? Like, what are all these projects? Okay, so now if I run this, there we go. Okay, so we're actually pretty much there. So now we just go on Vercel, add new project. Just now, 123, 123. Oh, sorry, I forgot a stage here. I need to do npm run build and then fix all the TypeScript errors. So this is probably not going to work just because there will be some TypeScript errors here. Or I mean, there should be, there normally are. Although it's only a one-pager. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, thought so. So let's just very quickly do this. So please fix this TypeScript error, do nothing else. Now we'll do npm run build again. I can see there's actually an error here as well. So you can actually do a quick fix here. So I'm just going to say fix with AI like that. And then there's another error here in taxcalculator.tsx. So we'll just scroll down and you can just do this again. So quick fix with AI. This is super useful, guys. Honestly, now that I know about this quick fix option, absolute game changer. Instead of doing all of the fixes one by one now, well, it's still one by one, but it's just a little bit easier. So now I believe that should build. Just seeing if there's any other errors. Doesn't look like there are. There we go. Perfect. Generate the 4 pages. Okay, beautiful. There we go. So now we'll do this. We'll do git add dot, git commit, and then git push. That will be the most up-to-date version of the script. So we'll just refresh this here. There we go. You can see it says just now. So we'll import this. All of this should be good. There should not be any environment variables. So we'll just press deploy here. And then in just a second, this will be deployed. Now, you don't actually have to release this. As far as I know, I don't. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we need to, let's just change the settings here. It's this build. It needs to be override. It needs to be npm install -- force like that, and then deploy. The reason for that is because there's some things that aren't fully set up properly. Like it's using some things that don't connect. It's really hard to explain. Some some packages that shouldn't be together are together, but they still work together, but it's recommended that you don't put them together, basically, but it works. So what I was saying before was, I'm not 100% sure how this works with the Vercel thing. I didn't have to necessarily pay for a domain because I could have just left it on Vercel and it's getting 45 impressions a day for things like break-even ROAS calculator. So what I might do, I might actually not release this as my own domain. I might just leave it on Vercel and just see what happens because this is basically free. You could release 100 of these with no domain and just see if it works, kind of thing. Because as far as I know, you get that Vercel domain for as long as you want. So you can see here, this is now done. Now you've got two options. You can add a domain, or like I was saying before, you can just leave the domain as it is, basically. So it does have a bit of a weird domain, though, to be fair. Yeah, no, you wouldn't want that. Still, we're now launched, right? All I would have to do is, like I said before, go to domains, and then just buy a domain, basically. So one thing you can do as well, I'm not going to buy a domain because it's just a waste of money. I'm not planning on actually launching this store necessarily, this website. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm actually going to, I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to try and verify this domain as it is. Yeah, this will work. So that's kind of hilarious. So I'm going to show you how to do this just in case you have your own domain. You'd click on edit on the domain. And it doesn't look like you can actually change this. Yeah, no, you can't. You can't do it. So you do have to buy a domain, guys. I was wrong about that. I didn't realize that you couldn't edit this domain. It kind of makes sense that they would make you buy one. So in this case, yeah, you click on the top left here. Oh, sorry, on the top left here, and then click on domains, and then buy, and then just capital gains tax calculator, capital gains tax calculator UK.com. So So we'll buy this domain here just so that I can run through this entire process and make this a complete video for you. Rowan's just gonna be like, dude, please stop buying domains. Okay, so view domain, there we go. You wanna go back to your project. So why don't I name things properly? What's wrong with me? Okay, so we'll click on this project. We'll click on domains, wherever the hell that is. That's domains. And then we'll click here, capital gains tax calculator UK. I didn't even check if I'd spelt it correctly before I bought the fucking thing. And then we'll press edit here. Okay, there we go. So we want to add, so we'll add a new search console, which is, what was it? There we go, capital gains tax calculator.com. Okay, so we need to add a text domain verification and copy that verification from Search Console and then add it. And then if we click verify here, this should work. So we'll edit this one as well. I think we might have to also add it to this one if I'm not. No, this should work. Oh, there we go. Okay, go to property. And we're actually done now. So if we just go to the website, you'll see that it will be our calculator. Done. So before we're finished, let me just explain something. If you're watching all the way to the end, I'm going to give you a really, really good piece of information right now. You now have this project permanently on Cursor or Visual Studio Code or whatever you want. So if you want to make a change, it's very, very easy. It's not like bolt.new, okay? You're not going to delete any old code or anything like that. So I can even close this project, open it again, and then Control-Shift-I and say, like, make all the text blue. Okay, this is a really bad example because now everything's going to be blue, which was kind of stupid, but whatever. So you've actually set up CI/CD. I don't actually know what CI/CD, what does it mean? I don't actually know what it means. Continuous integration and continuous development, right? That makes sense. So what that means is all I have to do now is watch this. This is the really cool thing about Vercel and also Netlify and GitHub. When you combine those things together, you have this incredibly powerful system, okay? So I'll press accept here, and then I'll do npm run dev just to see what it looks like, because if it looks completely trash, I mean, I'll probably still post it just because I'm doing... Okay, so actually it looks fine. Nice, it doesn't look bad at all. So now we'll cancel that, and then I'll do git add dot, git push, oh no, sorry, git, what is it? First commit, blah, 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 and then git push. And then if we go back to the website, and then just keep refreshing, or go to Vercel if we want to see the deployment. So click on here, click on this thing here, and then look, you can see it's building, right? So we just need to wait for this to build. So let's click on build logs. Well, it looks like it's actually done already. So let's do a hard refresh here. Yeah, it's building. We're just gotta wait a little bit. Shouldn't take too long to build. Okay, it looks like it's done. So now we'll go to an incognito and open this, and all the text should be blue. You see? That's how easy it is to edit your website now. It's not WordPress, okay? It's the same kind of system where you edit it and it goes live immediately. But instead, it's code, and you can do whatever the hell you want to this and then change it in... You've got this project forever on GitHub, on Cursor. That is completely different to bolt.new. I love this new process. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you're watching all the way to the end of this video, you're an absolute legend. One more thing we should do just before we finish the video, is we should submit it to Search Console just so that we can start getting ranked. So we'll just submit this, test live URL at the top here, and then we're just going to request the URL as soon as it's done. So it should say this URL is available to Google. There we go, request indexing. And then that normally indexes in just a few seconds. So let's just see. No, okay. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you're watching all the way to the end of this video, you're an absolute legend, and I'll see you very, very soon with some more content. Peace out. Watch this video if you want to know how to make one of the most exciting website opportunities this year.